Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast.
This is the world's favorite place to go for fun, informative car talk. It's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, Randy Borcherding from PaintHouse. Later, Jeff has the racing calendar. Mars has This Week in Auto History, and I'll get you caught up on the stories making automotive news headlines this week. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World, Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. David Ainsley is out and about today, gathering up information for the next In Wheel Time Car Talk Show and other ways to make it work for you.
There you go. Thank you, David.
And if you believe that, I've got lakefront property
in Utah.
Arizona.
Utah, Arizona. Somewhere.
But not here.
Thanks so much for joining us. While we wait for Randy, I have got to tell you this story. You ready? The self-driving revolution turned out to involve more sleep deprivation than residents of one San Francisco neighborhood imagined. Uh-oh. This is from Automotive News.
Okay.
People who live near a parking lot that Waymo recently began using as the home base for a fleet of robo-taxis say they're being constantly woken up by the car's incessant honking. When the cars slink back to their spots each night, they tend to get in each other's way and respond how many human drivers would. But here, the only humans around to hear the car's warnings are in their beds surrounding this jammed lot in San Francisco.
Wow.
There's no one for me to go down there and have a conversation with because they're Robo-Taxi. Randall White, 57, told the LA Times. That's the most frustrating thing. You're just yelling into the void. White and other neighbors had thought empty cars would be more peaceful parkers than the baseball fans that used to congregate before and after San Francisco Giants games. At first, I actually found it really funny. These cars are honking at each other, he said. Well, I don't find it funny anymore, damn it. Waymo told NBC Bay Area in an August 10th statement that the company was aware that in some scenarios our vehicles may briefly honk while navigating our parking lots. The spokesman said the company had diagnosed the problem and was working to fix it. In the meantime, software engineer Sophia Tung, whose bedroom overlooks the lot, has set up a round-the-clock live stream with music she calls LOFI, Waymo Hip-Hop Radio, self-driving taxi depot shenanigans to relax/study too. Her YouTube channel also has clips showing some of the driverless gridlock her camera has captured in only a few days. Tung told The Verge that she'd enjoy watching the cars maneuver themselves if only they'd cut out the honking. It's expletive. 4 a.m., she says at the end of one video, sounding exhausted. Help.
Like white noise.
I can only imagine.
Must see.
Call the police about disturbing the peace reports and see who they write tickets for.
This fall on your favorite channel.
Yep. No Randy?
He's here.
We got Randy.
Oh.
I was waiting you to finish that story. We were all enthralled.
We were enthralled.
Yeah. It was a good story.
Well, theoretically we were.
Theoretically. Speaking of theoretically, joining us now from PaintHouse, a customized shop that does absolutely fantastic paint. Randy Borcherding, the proprietor. Randy, hi.
Fellas, sorry about the drama there. I couldn't get the dang link to work.
Uh-oh.
You couldn't? That's Mars' fault. That's Mars' fault.
Well, we all know that.
Yeah. And if we don't, somebody will tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
How you been?
I'm good.
How's Jen?
It's a bit hot here.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Well, the shop's air conditioned, but I would imagine it's probably running around the clock trying to keep up.
It's what? What's that word?
Around the clock?
Around.
No,
I thought air conditioning.
Air what?
Air conditioning.
In a shop? They do that?
Yeah. And I see insulation on the walls in that shop, so I would imagine
it holds the heat in.
Yeah.
Much better with insulation.
Okay. So is that the sunshine?
We are not air conditioned.
You're not?
Sadly, no.
Well, I think that next paycheck needs to go to the AC man.
Are you retracting your application?
Yes, I am. My application to work there. Absolutely.
Well, dang it. You were the last one.
Yeah, I guess so. No, I just assumed that it was air conditioned.
No, sir. No, sir.
How
I
many
have
square
not
feet
found
you
any.
got there, Randy?
This building's 4,000. And so it wouldn't take that much to air condition it, other than our environment is so dirty and dusty, and we keep the doors open a lot to keep the dust out. I don't know how to capture the air and keep it clean.
Listen,
Ish.
there's money that can be thrown at it that can solve that problem.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, money, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing I'm missing. That's the only thing.
That's
right?
it. All right,
But
so
I would love to do it. You're right.
all right. Well, I figured you would, and I'm just trying to help you along, just like Jen is.
Yeah. Well, good luck with that.
So I see something underneath some plastic over there, which usually means that there's paint flying somewhere.
Yeah, it's a '57 Chevy Bel Air convertible. Got the 2.4 barrel original high performance engine in it. It's a neat piece. Came out of Idaho.
An original with 2 4-barrels on it?
283,
Yeah.
2.4s.
Yeah.
I did not know that they offered that.
Yes, sir. Stand by if I can figure out how to flip the screen.
The only
around.
place I've ever seen them is in the convertible 57. I don't know if that was the only offering, but that's the only place I've ever seen them.
My gosh.
Is that
Yeah.
the original color?
It is. It's kind of an orangey red. I forget what they call it. It had a damage to the quarter panel, so we're taking care of that. But other than that, it's a beautiful original piece. I mean, it's been painted and restored, but it's all original in its form factor. And it's a neat one. A friend of ours in Idaho owns it.
And I would imagine that the paint job is just a little bit better than when it came from the factory.
Yeah, slightly.
Yeah, slightly, a lot.
So is
If I
that
can
all
get
you?
the plastic off here?
Is that all you're
Show
going
it to you.
Well, you don't have to do that.
Yeah,
We
you
can
don't have to
see
do
it.
that. Just the repair on the right rear quarter. That's all that's going on, or are you going to do other work to it?
Oh my gosh! Look at that
Gorgeous.
paint. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, it's stunning.
So just the repair on the back. That's all you're doing?
At the moment, we'll polish the paint up and make it look presentable. But it's now going to live in Houston instead of Idaho.
Oh, wow.
So our customer here bought it from another customer in Idaho, and I brought it back on a recent trip, and here it is.
You know, I love those kind of cars. Look at that. Look at the air cleaner that's on it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
beautiful. Now, the problem here lies that I don't get to see that car. Is he going to show it like at Autorama or something?
It may get shown, but he's a guy that actually drives his stuff, and this
Ooh.
one was on display in the home of the folks in Idaho. They had a special room built where they could display some cars. And now this local fella, Noel Urban, will show it once or twice, but he'll get in and drive it.
Well,
Man.
He's got a room for his cars. I remember putting
He
transmissions in the
doesn't,
bathtub.
but
you know?
the folks in Idaho did.
Yeah.
yeah, we got that.
I think he's in the process of. He's got a few cars, and we built a few. For example, this blue Firebird here is one of his, and he's in the process of, what do they call these, garage mahals, where you buy a piece of a building and you store your cars stuff in it, build a man cave, that kind
Car,
of stuff.
condo thing, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Quite popular.
we got a friend of ours that has one of those called the Hemi Hideout. Have you ever been out to the Hemi Hideout?
I have not been there. Ironically, my daughter, when she got married, we were going to have the reception there, and then she decided she didn't want a big wedding, and we never went. So my wife's been there and seen it and loves it. I have not.
Okay, well, there is a open house that we're going to be broadcasting from.
Yeah.
It is at October. I think it's October the 9th.
That's what comes to my mind. Let me
October the
double
9th.
check that.
But Randy, you got it. I'll come and pick you up. How's that?
I would love that. That'd be awesome.
Well,
pick me up in that traffic helicopter.
No, well that ain't gonna happen. But I can tell you that I'll drive out there. I'll pick you up because I want you to go and I want you to go see. I want you to meet John first, and then and experience the Hemi hideout.
Yeah,
you'll freak out.
There's so much stuff there, and it's November the 9th.
November the 9th. Okay.
November 9th. That's right after SEMA. I may not be back.
Oh no, you will.
That's
You're
the
gonna be
week
back.
after SEMA.
That's a week after SEMA.
You going to drive to SEMA and pick me up?
No, I'm not. But I'll ride on the plane with you if I have to come and get you.
Okay, what is
All
that?
right. Well, this is a 68 Cutlass convertible.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
We're on the final stages of sanding. I've already got you can't tell now, but it's taped up, but the bottom is bed linered and cleaned up and nice, and it's done essentially on the bottom. Now we're getting the top side ready.
Bed linered on the underneath already, but it looks like it's primered down there.
That was masking paper.
Yes, it's
covered. I see.
I have it covered so it'll just stay clean.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it better now.
Yeah,
but
you can kind of see through it a little bit. Yeah.
Very nice.
The bottom's done. Wheel wells are done. Now we get the top side ready. It's going to be a light blue, kind of a pearlescent light blue color with a white top.
Beautiful. And the interior?
I run a blue as well, almost an original style interior. Nothing very custom. Got a Morrison chassis, LS3, that kind of stuff.
Very nice.
But they want the look and the feel of the car to remain as original as possible.
Yeah.
So it'll drive better and be more fun, but you'll still think you're looking at a 68 Cutlass when you walk up to
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah. Love that.
So it's a neat,
by the way,
combination.
I think the last time we talked to you, were you looking for an interior guy?
Yeah, sadly, our fella we use in Tennessee has passed away from cancer recently.
Oh, that's too bad.
And young dude, 48 years old.
Oh my!
Got two daughters. I mean, it's a tragedy, really.
It's tough.
However, the reality of it is that Firebird you just saw, the blue one, was in his shop and was almost finished, and he just didn't get it to the finish line before he moved on. So we're looking for a shop. Going to try one up here in College Station. Got another fella in San Marcos we're using, but I'd love to find someone closer. Yes.
I can't imagine that you can't find one here in Houston.
Well, you can find them. It's just not to his standards.
Well, I understand that, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If someone's out there or knows of someone who can do higher end work, I'd love to know about it. Please reach out to me.
Okay. Or reach out to us and we'll pass it on to you.
Yeah. Whatever, however that happens. I would love to
Info
know.
at InWheelTime.com. What is your website?
It's PaintHouseTexas.com or PaintHouseTX.com.
Gotcha. Okay.
We couldn't get PaintHouse because some company in Thailand owns it.
Really?
Yeah, and they wanted a lot of money for it, so I added the word Texas.
Perfect.
Makes more sense.
Yeah, it does. Now we know where you are.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you showed us these cars that you've got in the shop.
Yeah.
I want to talk a brief minute about your custom paint availability. And you actually do custom paint that you don't necessarily apply yourself. People come to you and say, Randy, I've got this blah, blah, blah car, and I want a custom color on it. I want it red, but I want a PaintHouse red.
Jeez, we're in the lab.
And if you look at
it's like a mad scientist lab.
These little speed shapes, I've had these made, kind of the old Ferrari GTB style. Put our logo in it, but this is an example of a red like you're talking about. It's got that candy look, but it's not a candy. It doesn't have all the headaches that a candy paint would bring with it.
Right.
And yeah, people all over the country, and quite honestly, the world, have asked about our colors and buy them. I just can't ship them out of the country. Paint can't fly. That's the rule.
Gotcha. Well,
although it can ride on a boat to Australia, and it has a few times.
Interesting. And I would imagine that when you do a custom color, could you put paint codes on a piece of paper and mail it to them?
Well, I don't give away the formula.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
it's like Coca-Cola in that recipe, right?
Yeah. Kentucky Fried Chicken.
So there's a level of trust involved here that I'm going to be available if they need more. And if I should ever give up on this, or God forbid, go on to where my upholstery buddy went, I've instructed people around me to email everybody with their paint formula so they have it.
Well, that was
Gotcha.
nice of you.
It's nice of you, yeah.
I know what it's like. I know what it's like to fix a car and not have a paint code. That's a nightmare.
Yeah. Trying to match a custom color just by
Yes, sir.
just by looking
Yes,
at it. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I've been down that road myself, and it's not pretty, and it's next to impossible to do. People may say, "Oh, we can make it match." No, it won't ever really match unless you paint the whole car all over again.
Well, in many cases, that's true. And we've all seen those cars in parking lots and driving down the highway where half of it's one color and half of it's another color.
Well, I made the
that was,
mistake. I made the mistake years ago in my '77 Corvette to get a custom paint job on it, and I wanted a faded paint job. That should tell you all you need to know right there. So the whole car.
We don't like guys like you.
Yeah,
yeah.
The whole car was painted silver, and then I left the center of the car, right down the hood and the top of the back of the car, silver. But then we faded from blue, from that era where it was silver, faded from a light blue all the way to a dark blue, and then at the very bottom of it was black. It looked great. But it sure didn't do too well once I crunched a front fender.
Yeah. And you know how people name their cars? His was named Ugly.
Actually, it did win an award for best paint, but whatever. That was before I wrecked it.
Yeah, whoever had to fix that was cussing you, I promise you.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Yeah, I'm sure.
Stevie Wonder is not a good judge of paint color.
That's right. Well, hey, it's great to talk to you, my friend.
Sorry.
Yeah, indeed, guys. Thanks, and sorry for the drama there on the link.
No drama.
Nah, no problem.
You're good.
Yeah. When are we going to see you again? Well, November for sure, because we're buying you
I've got a super duper Uber coming to get me or something.
Yeah, apparently so. And it's going to be a couple of days. You'll be in the back of it from Las Vegas to Brookshire, Texas.
All right, cool.
All right. We'll be counting on it. Randy, great. See you, man.
Thanks, Randy.
Randy Borcherding, PaintHouse is the name of the company. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In Wheel Time Car Talk. We also video stream on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. And podcasts are available from your favorite podcast provider. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipe means when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the first Lupe Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here is the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupe Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupe Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupe Tortilla Katie's another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupe's. It's located on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Lupe Tortilla in College Station. Located just around the corner from Kyle Field, it's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Going to Louisiana? The Lupe Tortilla in Beaumont is on I-10, so you can't miss it. The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants has the best Tex-Mex anywhere, and you're invited anytime. Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your Save the Paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your cars finish without a full repaint. Searching for the real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get that thing protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need or can't afford. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See the state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full service luxury car care today and online at gcautoshield.com.
Welcome back to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Time now for Jeff's racing calendar,
Yeah,
sponsored
yeah.
by Texas Muscle Car Club Challenge.
And thank you for that. NASCAR is back, and they're at Michigan International Speedway. The race is tomorrow for the big boys. Comes on at 2:30. Mike, there's still tickets available.
Yeehaw.
Yesterday, ARCA ran last night at Michigan. I didn't know the results, didn't see the results. Saw part of the race, but didn't know. NHRA tomorrow, Lucas Oil NHRA Nationals in Brainerd. So that comes on at 3, and then Don mentioned earlier today that it's going to be a live broadcast on regular Fox. Indy today is in Madison, Wisconsin. IMSA is off. And also our good buddies over at Formula One, they're off until August 23rd, which is next Friday, and I'll have some information on that.
All
so
right.
there you go.
Thank you, sir. Time now for Mr. Mars this week in auto history.
Give me 1 second, Michael.
Yeah. We got lots of stuff going on this week.
You do?
And again, sometimes it amazes me at the kind of stuff we run across and the kind of stuff I learn. And it was again pretty interesting this week.
Well, go ahead.
So
with it.
Yeah, go.
August the 11th. This is when Chevrolet actually introduced the Camaro. Now, this was Chevrolet's answer to the Ford Mustang, which actually starts the Pony Wars. It was a sporty, compact car, got several different performance options, such as the RS, the SS, and the Z28. There was a total of 699,138,000 first-generation Chevrolet Camaros built between 1966 and 1969. It's a very popular car even to today. Now, on August the 12th, this is when Honda's first vehicle went on sale. It was actually a T360 mini truck that they moved out of the motorcycle market over into the automotive world.
That's pretty cool looking.
That's
and it's
ugly as hell.
All right, so this vehicle had a 30 horsepower, 356 cc engine, much like their motorcycles
No
that
wonder
they were building.
no wonder those people are angry over there.
Top speed is 62 miles per hour. It had a mid-engine layout. But this is Honda's first step into the car industry and to eventually become one of the largest automakers in the world. Now, on August the 13th, we get back into the real world. Pontiac GTO Judge is revealed as a special edition of the GTO. It was actually named after the catchphrase from the TV show
Here
Laugh
comes
In.
the judge.
Exactly. I was surprised
Laugh
to
In.
read that. Now, this was it was originally conceived as a budget muscle car to get back into the market, help produce some more sales, but it came with special Judge decals, a rear spoiler, special carousel rib paint. It had a 400 cubic inch engine, 366 horsepower, and several different options that made it very popular for that time, for the muscle car years. Then, on August the 16th, this is when, in 1927, the last Model T is built. Ford introduced, this was the last one that came off. It was known as the Tin Lizzie. It had been in production since 1908. It was the first car to be mass-produced on assembly line, which actually is what led to the reduced costs and increased production speed of the automobile industry. There were over 15 million units were built of this car. August the 19th. 1995, this really surprised me. It was the first official Woodward Dream Cruise.
Yeah.
Now, the Dream Cruise, it's an annual automotive event, third Saturday of August on Woodward Avenue in Detroit. For years and years, the Detroit people came out of the automotive cars. They would cruise Woodward, but this was the first time. It was an organized event in 1995, but it was actually to be a fundraiser for a soccer field. And from that, it's grown to where it now draws 1.5 million visitors, got 40,000 classic cars, muscle cars, hot rods from the 1950s and 60s. 16 miles down through the Detroit suburbs is where this cruise runs. And it's got to be an event that would be awesome to see.
And Woodward Avenue was the first paved road in the United States.
That's right.
And I actually was in a drag race on Woodward Avenue.
I'll be darned.
I was a passenger in a BMW mini club car
And
race.
the first police motorcycle department was in Detroit with Harley Davidsons. Yeah, they were the first ones that had motorcycles.
All right. General Motors has been sued by the state of Texas, which accused the automaker of installing technology on more than 14 million vehicles to collect data about drivers, which it then sold to insurers and other companies without drivers' consent. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton said Tuesday's lawsuit arose from a probe announced in June into whether several automakers collected and sold mass amounts of data without drivers' knowledge. Paxton said GM's data were used to compile driving scores, assessing whether more than 1.8 million Texas drivers had bad habits, such as speeding, braking too fast, steering too sharply into turns, not using seatbelts, and driving late at night. Insurers could then use the data when deciding whether to raise premiums, cancel policies, or deny coverage, Paxton said. The technology was allegedly installed on most GM vehicles, starting with the 2015 model year. Paxton and said GM's practice was for dealers to submit unwitting consumers who had just completed the stressful buying and leasing process into believing that enrolling in its OnStar Diagnostics products, which collected the data, was mandatory. Companies are using invasive technology to violate the rights of our citizens in unthinkable ways, Paxton said in his statement. Our investigation revealed that General Motors has engaged in egregious business practices that violated Texans' privacy and broke the law. We will hold them accountable.
Yeah.
You
Big
go,
Brother
Ken.
is listening.
Yeah. After they just spent $1 billion in upgrading and expanding the Arlington manufacturing facility.
Yep.
Oh, God. Zing. There you
Yeah,
go.
buddy.
Thanks for the help. We appreciate it. And the owner of 2 Tempe, Arizona General Motors dealerships and a former GM of the stores have agreed to pay a combined $2.6 million to settle state and federal accusations of bait and switch advertising, price discrimination against Latinos, and improperly charging for additions such as etching.
That's awful.
It is awful. The group at Depola, which is one of the guys there, the GM, agreed to collectively pay $2.35 million in refunds to customers and a $250,000 civil penalty to the state of Arizona. Watch out, you dealers.
Yep.
Don't be doing nothing funky there.
Etching was
'cause you're
big
gonna-
back in the 90s.
Yeah, I know. I remember very well. All right, time now for a quick break. We're going to wrap up today's show after these quick messages.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show brings you great guest interviews each week from manufacturers and suppliers to the aftermarket, racers, enthusiasts, and other friends just like you and me who love to talk about all things automotive. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show takes it to the road, too, with remotes at Tailpipes and Tacos, Woody's Waterfront Car Show, and the Hemi Hideout. In Wheel Time's live video and audio stream can be found on the iHeartRadio app, YouTube, Facebook, and InWheelTime.com every Saturday, 10 a.m. to noon Central Time, or grab a podcast anytime from your favorite podcast provider.
Well, that's all for this week's In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Be sure to check out our website, InWheelTime.com. Follow us on Facebook. Give us a like. Tell your car friends about us. And share our stuff if you would. We'll keep you connected to all things automotive all week long. Hey, we'd love to hear from you. Our email address is info@InWheelTime.com. And if you want to use your fingers or hands, put it in a video. We'll share them on the air. Don't hold back. When you're looking for award-winning car talk, you can find the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app. Grab a podcast anytime from your favorite podcast provider. And don't forget, we live stream the show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com every Saturday from 10 a.m. to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time Video Technical Director is we always need more Jeff Zekin The booking agent, video editor, and people finder, Mike Out of This World Mars, and chief engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. We hope you join us next week here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, Saturday, August 24th from 10 to noon Central Time on all of our In Wheel Time Car Talk outlets. Stay cool and have yourself a great weekend.
Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your Save the Paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your cars finish without a full repaint. Searching for the real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get that thing protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need or can't afford. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See the state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today, and online at gcautoshield.com. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.